first thing I did was make sure not to get my phone anywhere near these. I also took off my Garmin because these guys are pretty strong magnets. I don't know if they're quite rare earth magnets, but they are pretty strong, and I have something I'm going to do with these. Just keep in mind, when dealing with high-powered magnets, keep them away from your electronics, because there is a good potential for them to destroy things. But more on this later. Well, that's what I get for trying to use the scam cam. I was trying to get some nice overhead shots at the cheap camera, super light. Got caught in the updrafts. I lost control of it. There's no autopilot on it. There's no way to bring it back. Things just flew away. So luckily I got my money back on that. But hopefully the video I just shot saved, and we can use that as the last known footage. The Instagram scam cam drone. But hey, somebody probably just found a drone in their backyard. Anyhow, okay, so check it out. It's kind of cool. You see all these cars down here, the banners? That is the city of Cape Coral, and they're taking this abandoned side of the neighborhood, and they're doing, well, I'm laughing because he's pushing a porta potty with his truck. But apparently they're setting up a drive-through movie back here tonight, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see they're starting to try to do things with my neighborhood other than allowing an abandoned place for kids to burn pallets during 4th of July. But anyhow, as you just saw, the PayPal scam cam flew away on me. I doubt I'll find it, but I figure, hey, let's go out on the water and see if we can see the direction it went in, and well, that and just have some more fun. So don't have the GoPros on me today, they're charging, but I did bring a lanyard to tie this thing up, so we'll just use the cell phone today. It's waterproof, and as long as I don't drop it overboard, we'll be all right. So that's what we're doing today. Somebody left their drawers and their cooler and their shoes behind. I don't see anybody out here swimming, so they're either on a boat or got drug off somewhere. So the scam cam, I was shooting over there, it went up way high, started drifting out this way, which is actually more towards my normal running route, but I don't know if it cleared the water. It got up so high that it could have flown streets and streets. It could have, on the downward spiral, it could have went probably a mile or so, so who knows where that thing's at. I've never been down that way. I've never been down that way, and I've never been down that way. I always go that way. So I think I'm gonna go see where these canals take me. It's definitely a lot nicer out here. I usually come out here closer to 4, so I'm out here an hour earlier. Man, it's nice to be out here. Maybe we'll try some more magnet fishing, try to get you guys some content other than watch me paddle up and down these canals, huh? So I was going down this canal. I was planning on going straight, and that popped up. It's a pretty interesting thing about canals. There's a kayak and a boat over there. You really don't know what's going to pop up. So I think I might go right. Let's go see what's down that way. Granted, this is not the most suitable line for this type of work, but you know, it's our first time out. And poor planning creates poor production, so let's just see what we have as far as this will also allow me to determine how deep the water is.
Darkest hour, I wanna comfort you. I know you've been alone. Oh, where do you go? In your head when in the real world is snow. Oh, I know how you hate the cold. Life searching for more. Afraid to leave, afraid to show.
Be lying to you.
Sometimes find yourself knowing that lost and looking for a soul. Grabbing for what you realize there's nowhere to go. Cause the thing we're searching for is just waiting back home. And you've done your walking, probably enough for two. Oh, often you've had it rough.
I think this guy has a fish on.
And we both know every time you come around, every time you return, I see it in your tired eyes that you still have more to go.
It's not part of the pool, it's just over the lawn and in the birch grove. It'll be lovely, Mom. Put me in your
Oh, sometimes find yourself knowing no. Lost and looking for your soul. Grabbing for what you can hold. Sometimes realize there's nowhere to go. 'Cause the thing you're searching for has been waiting back home.
Homeless camp. Well, I tried to bring you guys some magnet fishing today, but I really don't think it went too well. But hey, that's why it's called fishing and not catching, right? Maybe more magnets, maybe more time. I was only out here for about 35 minutes today. I'm gonna head back now, gotta get some dinner, handshaking, and I'm also using the kayak as a cross-training tool. I'm trying to make my upper body stronger, so what a better way to do that than kayak, and kind of like running, man. A lot of it has to do with the view, so if you have the ability to go outside and work out, do it to it, enjoy the view. Later. Dinner is served. This may very well be a dead end as well, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to go physically check it out. I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's truck down there just to see. Okay, crew, so we can officially say we have been to the end of each canal on the far side, or what we're going to refer to as the far left side of the lake. Unless it goes down around that corner. I very seriously doubt it, but let's just go check, because canals are tricky. Part of the reason it's kind of cool to do this without you looking at my GPS, figure out where I'm at. Basically, I'm trying to use my internal compass that, well, we all used to have as kids. Well, at least my generation and the generation before us. Now everybody's grown up on GPSs, that they don't have a good sense of direction. I've often said I had the privilege of being part of the last generation who had to do a nationwide field trip without a GPS because they weren't commercially available. So when Brad and I drove from Ohio to California, we did it with a Ram McNally road map, and nowadays everybody just programs their GPS and drives. And I know you're like, so what's your point? Point is, like 6 or 7 years ago, they were doing a study in London with London-based taxi drivers. They were looking at retired taxi drivers and active taxi drivers, and they were comparing the part of the brain that is utilized for direction, self-navigation. And what they have discovered was the taxi drivers who drove around London before the advent of GPSs, even after they retired, that area of their brain was much larger than active duty, quote unquote, active cab drivers in the same region who relied on GPS. They found that those taxi drivers, even after they retired, they knew the area so well that they didn't rely on GPS. And they kind of used them as a control group. And then they took another group of taxi drivers who were currently active, who slowly started to make that transition over to GPSs. And what they found was the taxi drivers who had been on the road for quite a few years, that after they started using the GPSs, that muscle, that area in the brain actually began to shrink because they stopped utilizing it. They stopped testing themselves and using that muscle that helps them pinpoint where they're at. So yeah, I could look down on my phone and use GPS. Not that this is going to dramatically change that area of my brain, but I try to get around most of Cape Coral because I am a service technician and I spend most of my days driving around town, and I try to do most of it without using a GPS. And so I'm trying to manage my ways to these canals and try to figure out and remember where I'm at and make my way home just using my ticker. So there's a little food for thought for you. You know, we always talk about maintaining our body or trying to exercise our body. You know, another reason why you should unplug and read a book every once in a while. I got a whole library of hardback books and softback books because this right here, ironically, watch too much of this, your brain begins to atrophy, at least the parts of your brain that are utilized for other things that people don't use them for. So unplug every once in a while. Speaking of using your brain and self-navigation, that's where the boat dock is at. That's where Dollar General's at. This canal should, in fact, may be the one that leads to behind James's house. So I'm going to go down that way a little bit and see where it leads us. So the canal split off again, but I think James's is this way. That bridge with the pipe looks familiar. The thing is if he does live that way, he's going to live like 4 or 5 miles down that canal. And I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get down there today, but I'm still going to go under the bridge, check it out, and then that'll also pinpoint us on Strava so we can see where we went and see if our speculations are correct. But yep, nice day out. I'm pretty sure I know what road that is crossing over right here, and if I'm correct, then yes, this canal should eventually lead to James's house. For those of you just tuning in, James is the one who let me borrow this kayak because he bought it like a year and a half ago, used it twice, and it's been baking in the sun on his backyard because he lives on this canal, if I'm correct. I could be completely wrong, but I think he lives down there. So we are under what I believe to be the Andalusia Bridge, and I just threw my magnet line in, and it looks like this thing's only about 4 feet deep because it did not take a whole lot of line. Nope. Definitely very shallow through here. Not deep at all. Well, if there's anything to be said about adding this kayak to my training regiment, or cross training if you will, is my diet. I've been eating like a real, well, honestly, an asshole lately. For somebody who's supposed to be in training and trying to lose weight, I've been eating like shit. But interestingly enough, it could be from taking 3 weeks off from the gym, but I've been doing a lot of pull-ups at the house and chin-ups and push-ups. So it's not like I stopped weight training or, you know, exercising altogether. But Even though I've been eating like a real asshole the last 2 days with this kayak, I'm actually down 1.5 pounds. So I've actually lost 1.5 pounds from my normal weight since I've been kayaking, and this is my 3rd trip out. My upper body is sore, my chest is sore, my arms are sore, but yep, looks like they're getting, yeah, here we go. So they're getting the drive-through movie, if you will, set up. And you can see they blocked off the streets. They blocked off the street down here. That's gonna be their gate, quote unquote. They got some food trucks out. And I guess people are gonna park in the grass and watch a movie, because I believe that house down there is abandoned and there's no development here. It'd be nice if the city just turned this whole area into a park. So that would be cool to see. But yeah, looks like starting to do some stuff here in the neighborhood.
This has been a Digital 410 production.